The inaugural Chengdu World Cup got underway in perfect racing conditions at the purpose-built Jingtang Triathlon venue, located just outside the city centre. 70 men were on the start line, and they were in for a non-wetsuit swim with the water temperature just above 21 degrees. Massive crowds lined the swim course to watch the action, and they were ecstatic to see China's Li Minghao leading throughout the swim. Hot on his heels, though, were most of the pre-race favourites, who emerged from the water just seconds behind him. It was a frantic transition with so many athletes trying to get to their stations, and once onto the bikes, a large lead group of 48 men formed, with two smaller chasing packs working hard to make up the lost time. With a number of 180-degree turns, the large lead group was at a disadvantage to negotiate the tight corners, and it wasn't long before Peter Kerr of Australia made up the 49-second deficit he had out of the water to catch on to the leaders by the end of the third lap. As the bike stage progressed, the lead pack continued to grow and contain most of the field by the end of the 40 kilometres. And so having a good second transition would be critical, with so many scrambling to get off the bikes and into the shoes. The athletes began to string out quickly in the early stages of the 10-kilometre run, with South Africa's Wian Sullwald leading the way. Just on his shoulder were pre-race favourites Jared Shoemaker, Tony Dodds, and also a couple of up-and-comers, Aurélien Lebrun of France and Kevin McDowell of the USA, who's finally back in form after a long battle with cancer. Peter Kerr of Australia would be the first of the top athletes to fall off the pace on the third lap, and with just 2.5 kilometres to go, the race was down to Sullwald and McDowell, who were running stride for stride, while Dodds, Shoemaker and Lebrun were in a fight for the last remaining spot on the podium. McDowell put in several surges to get away from the South African, but Sullwald hung on his shoulder and showed that he had plenty in reserve to outsprint the American and clinch his first World Cup victory. McDowell would finish with a hard-fought silver, his first World Cup medal. Lebrun, meanwhile, got the better of Dodds and Shoemaker in the final stretch to claim the last step on the podium and his first World Cup medal.
The race played out to a foot race, and on the bike all the packs came together, and I just told myself, sit at the back, stay fresh, and on the last two laps I started working myself towards the front, and when we hit a run I just went out as hard as I could and settled into a rhythm and a pace, and a few guys stick with us, and on the last lap Kevin and I made a bit of a surge and we managed to drop the rest of the guys, and it was me and him playing cat and mouse. He was quite strong, he put in quite a bit of surges, but I just stuck with him, and once we hit the carpet I was able to have the strength to take him in the sprint.
It was a long road, and I have to thank my family, my friends and my coaches and everyone back home who have helped me get to here, and it's just been like 2 years after that. I just had to take some time away from the sport, let my body recover, and I never even imagined myself being here at this time in the beginning of the year. We were just taking it a step at a time and rebuilding myself, and to be here, I mean, I'm just truly blessed right now.
Of course, I'm very pleased. Actually, I didn't think I was able to get such results. So, for me, it's a long trip to get here, so it's much pressure, and I'm very pleased and released.